Could it be the COVID downfall? Pharmaceutical companies Pfizer and Moderna, at their peak, both developed COVID-19 vaccines and treatments that saved millions of lives and generated record sales. But now that the pandemic is receding and waning, both companies are estimating a big blow to their revenue this year. So joining us now, NewsNation business contributor Lydia Moynihan. Lydia, thank you for being with us. As we both know, Moderna and Pfizer earned billions with the vaccines that they developed. Is it really possible that either of these drug makers are in financial trouble?
You know, I'm not too worried about Pfizer and Moderna. There's a lot of things that keep me up at night, and Pfizer and Moderna making enough money is not one of them. Unfortunately, it seems like all good things must come to an end, and while you and I are very glad about COVID abating, it absolutely has taken a huge bite out of both of these companies' bottom lines. And Pfizer made $100 billion last year. 57 billion of that was tied to the COVID vaccine, was tied to various antiviral COVID pills they developed. For context, before the pandemic, they had never made 57 billion in their history. So this was really unprecedented. It was something we've never seen before, because this really was hopefully a once in a lifetime situation. And of course now these companies still doing a little bit better than they were before the pandemic, but of course we're going to see a tremendous drop in their revenue. Moderna's revenue is expected to drop about 68%, and Pfizer's revenue is expected to drop about 62% year over year. So not raking in the crazy cash that they were at the height of the pandemic.
Not raking in the billions. I know I think it's hard for people to feel bad for them, like you said, Lydia. But how serious are these, on a serious note, these falling revenues for the companies? Because obviously they do need to still be developing drugs.
Of course, and that's another thing that has been reflected in their earnings, is they are spending a lot of money on R&D, and they're trying to figure out kind of the next big thing. Moderna is focusing particularly on drugs for RSV, which has sort of been this new illness that's popped up. Pfizer as well. Pfizer is planning to unveil, according to one report, 19 drugs in the next 18 months. So they're still moving forward with a lot of different products. And I want to point out, they are still making money from all of the COVID drugs that they developed. Of course, as some of the patents expire, they might not be making the kind of money they were. But it's interesting, as we move away from basically the government subsidizing all of that, we're moving now to insurance companies paying for that. And some politicians, Bernie Sanders, has slammed these companies because they're now charging insurance companies a lot more for the same shots that they created, and in large part that was funded by the government. And there is some frustration about whether or not they should be hiking prices when we as a taxpayer helped subsidize a lot of the development that created these vaccines.
We did. And Lydia, Pfizer already, we know, has cut more than 100 jobs at its San Diego research center alone. Do you think we can expect more job cuts from, Pfizer, from Moderna, from these companies overall?
Well, unfortunately, it seems like we're seeing a lot of that in the economy. Pfizer employs almost 80,000 people globally. So 100 people losing their job is certainly painful if you are affected by that. They noted that those job cuts were mostly about shifting their research and development process. They're constantly trying to iterate, figure out what drugs they need to be focusing on next. And of course, they're still focusing on developing vaccines that will combat new strains of COVID. So it seems like that is just an indication that they're trying to focus on another project. Certainly painful to lose jobs. And I do think these companies are going to be trying to tighten their belts and cut costs where they can, but hopefully that's just a very small percentage of their global workforce, and we don't see that across the board.
Yeah, hopefully we don't. And as you said, the companies are still making billions of dollars. Okay, Lydia, thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.